Good morning. Today is Rosh Chodesh Kislev. Agit Chodesh, the first day of Kislev, an amazing month of Ofen Anissim. Tufshin Pai Vuf. It's Friday. Now, for those who want to know, November 21st. Well, you got to know because you have to sign the checks first of the month, you know. But Shabbos comes Manicha. Bu Shabbos Bu Manicha. It's a short Friday, and it's actually my most favorite day of the week. So yes, my name is Gershy Schwarcz, and I'm your host on Edge. Our phone lines, by the way, have been overflowing with messages and voicemails all day. Almost every minute of the day, and it's only tomorrow as we speak. I think messages are still coming in, right? Yeah, a ton of messages. I can't even count. And my phone lines actually had the company of the phone line called us with a concern because your phone line has been exploding and it's unusual. And yes, Baruch Hashem, the feeling I have is amazing. First of all, it gives me fuel to be able to continue doing this amazing work, Baruch Hashem. So now thanks to all of you sending just in 4 words, I am on edge. You should know that the entire program depends on you. So thank you. Yes, so that, I want to thank you all, and let's jump right to it. Oh, and every one of you who sent me a message, wait until the end for a surprise. Okay. On Edge News is powered by Yiddish24, reaching nearly 60,000 Yidden Baruch Hashem every single day. Now, yeah, our messages can prove that. And now our English edition is bringing that same clean kosher news to even more homes. Baruch Hashem, no junk, no spin, just real news you can count on. Today's edition is brought to you by The Click, and that's the LakewoodLuach.com, trusted source for minyanim, eateries, and local updates across Lakewood. Clean, filtered, and straight and to the point, and no Lashon Haras. Okay. Breaking news, my friends. The news is yet again about, yes, you guessed it, Zelensky. Zelensky agrees to work on a U.S. peace plan. The 28-point peace plan that we all spoke about. It's an exciting peace plan. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says his government will start working with the U.S. on a new peace proposal, the 28-point peace proposal to end the war with Russia after 3 brutal, bloody years. The plan is being pushed by President Trump's team and includes major concessions like giving up parts of Ukraine's territory and limiting its army in exchange for financial aid to rebuild. Zelensky said he expects to speak with Trump in the coming days, but he made it clear any deal must protect Ukrainians' dignity and future. Until now, Kiev refused outside pressure to accept a ceasefire without full withdrawal of Russian forces. Reuters has released the entire 28 point peace plan in a full detail. Koyach. If anybody wants to look it up, you're more than welcome. And if anybody wants me to bring it on, to basically read it out to you, I might maybe do a special episode on that. Be'ezras Hashem Yisborach. Now, according to your messages, I see that a lot of you are actually listening and interested in this, so yes, I might actually do that. I wanted to see it for myself. You know, just giving me digital numbers is not enough. I want to see the actual real numbers. And Baruch Hashem, you proved me. You proved me right. So yes, Baruch Hashem. Machana Gerulas, you see, a Godel for a Yid is sometimes a very important thing. If you're stuck in a big decision, you don't know what to do, a deal, a job, a medical question, you need guidance. Machon HaGerulas is the automatic Gerul system built by the Nadvaner Rebbe of Bloomberg, backed by major Rabbunim and Poskim from our times and from back in the times. Haravazn himself, the Shavat Alevi, says that for a Yid to make a Gerul is Kodesh Kudashim. It's not just a mystical Segula. No, they're amazing, the Segulas. But this one is just simple, pure Richa Kodesh. It's our intuition that we get. You know, we daven for it during Gimel Larum. We know that, but the ayai. Hashem keeps sending us messages all the time. We're just too busy to recognize his voice. So sign up now for $101 a month. Today, the offer ends. Special offer today. If you mention on Edge on 845-400-8090. That's Mechana Gedula's number. Not my number, it's their number. 845-400-8090. Say the code on Edge. You can buy 1 month and get 2 months free, and you can buy 1 day and get a whole week free, and you can buy a whole week and get a whole month for free. Thank you so much for listening. Coming from Dubai right now, breaking news, I think, yeah, it's coming. During an air show, an Indian fighter jet just plummeted from the sky and crashed at the Dubai air show. It was a HAL Tejas aircraft. You spell Tejas, T-E-J-S, yeah, pronounce it right. The Indian military says that unfortunately the pilot did not make it in time to eject himself from that flight. Sad news. Yesterday, President Trump greeted a delegation of 26 former Israeli hostages and their families at the White House. The group included 17 of the 20, Baruch Hashem, living captives who were released just now under the recent Trump 21-point plan. Trump told them, "You're not a hostage anymore. Today, you are heroes." Each member of the delegation was presented with a special presidential challenge coin. The twins, Gali and Ziv Berman, presented Trump with a mezuzah from their home that survived the attack. It's an amazing thing, this. It reminds me, Benjamin Netanyahu was not too long ago, after the 12-day war with Iran, presented Trump with a mezuzah as well, in the shape of a B-2 bomber. Yes. Funny joke. Trump will probably tell them, like, I know how to use the mezuzah. I threw away the instructions. I didn't need the instructions inside. Around 80 Hamas terrorists are still trapped inside a tunnel in Rafah, and time is running out. 5 who tried to escape today were killed in the morning by Israeli forces. 3 others were eliminated last week. Israeli intelligence says the group has been begging mediators for a safe passage out of there, but officials in Jerusalem say no deal has been approved. Israel's chief of staff gave a clear order: they either surrender or die underground. Doesn't it all remind us of Parshas Korach? Well, the Elif of Avdulas, the Jews and the whatever. Anyway, let's continue with the news, shall we? Israel captured the terrorist who knew exactly where Lieutenant Hadar Goldin, the doctor, called him the Hamas doctor, where he was buried. The Shin Bet, Shabak, have only now cleared for publication that they arrested Marwan al-Hametz, who identified the specific spot inside the massive 7-kilometer Dror Lavan tunnel in Rafah. IDF troops have also eliminated the Hamas commander Fadi Abu Mustafa, who guarded hostages called Nimrod Koyen and David Cuneo, I think. David Cuneo, yeah. Trump backs Huckabee meeting with Jonathan Pollard. Who remembers Jonathan Pollard? I actually met him when I was once in Israel at the Imbal Hotel. He was sitting right in front of me. The White House says it did not know in advance about the meeting between American Ambassador Mike Huckabee and also the convicted Israeli spy Jonathan Pollard, who was arrested, and remember, Trump pardoned him in the first term. But Trump is standing by Huckabee. Press Secretary Levitt says the White House was not aware of this meeting, but the president supports our ambassador Mike Huckabee and all he does for the United States and Israel. Pollard served 30 years in U.S. prison for passing classified military secrets to Israel. He was released in 2015 and moved to Israel in 2020, where he is seen by many as a hero. Was he pardoned by Trump or by Obama? No, he wasn't pardoned. He was just released. I don't remember, actually. Okay, who cares? It's fine. I didn't look it up, to be honest with you. I just don't remember. It's been a while. I remember I grew up with this news, knowing that he's always, talking about his release, not his release. He was in jail for a very long time. For 30 years he was in jail, just said it. Yeah, anyway, continue. Sorry, thank you. Appreciate it. Iraq is building, by the way, I have a team of people here, and one specific person who's sitting in the room every single day, and mamish, a lot of koiches go into this. It's not easy to sit there and to control the controller with our graphics and our things coming up, the pictures and the videos, the script and the text and the news and the resources. It's a lot of work. Hours of work go into this, so I have to thank them. Live here, I'm thanking them. Thank you so much for doing what you do. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's continue. Iraq is building a wall, and Trump is paying for it. I'm joking. The army is rushing to finish a massive concrete wall along the border with Syria. It stretches 600 kilometers long and stands 3 meters high. It's a very, very tall wall. They are digging deep ditches and setting up cameras as well to stop ISIS fighters from sneaking in. Iraq says they must block the border before the chaos in Syria spills over. Interesting. A strong earthquake. Interesting news. Hit near Dhaka, which is in Bangladesh. We just mentioned their name recently about the person who was sentenced to death, one of the ex-prime minister, on Thursday, killing at least 6 people, this earthquake. In Ghazipur, over 200 garment factory workers were injured as people rushed out of the buildings in panic. Some factory doors were locked, trapping workers inside during the quake. Hospitals are treating many with injuries from falls and stampedes. Oy vey. Let's talk about budget. Every year, when it comes Shabbos, you have to make a budget. Not on Shabbos, I'm checking after Shabbos. The beginning of the month especially. Chodesh Kislev. Start signing up. It's free. It's free. Why would I advertise something that's free? I don't know, but it's free. Made by a Yid, for a Yid, and it's free. So, it all three goes together. Smart checklists, charts to track your spending according to our traditional spending and calendar, and the Jewish calendar. Also, a special one for Baalei Simchas. If you make a chasana now, now's the season of chasanas, Baalei Simchas want to know who's paying for what. Go on to budget.com. It's a great application, a great free application for you to be able to deal with your budget and know exactly what you're doing, what you're not doing. And if you've got something to sell, also you can any handmade stick sourdough bread, you want to sell it, right? You can list it there, up to 3 products for just $30 a month, and your picture, your logo, story, all live. You go to budgetyear.com today, and it's free. It's free. But for a seller, like I said, you can mention on Edge, and maybe you'll get a good deal. Not maybe, they'll give you a good deal. I'll talk to them. Mention on Edge, but anyway. The funeral of former Vice President Dick Cheney happened yesterday. President Joe Biden, former VP, Vice President Kamala Harris, and former President George W. Bush and Mitch McConnell were all there, but President Trump and J.D. Vance did not come. Trump is forcing oil rigs back into the Pacific Ocean for the first time in 40 years. 40. The Department of Interior just proposed 34 new areas for drilling in Alaska, the Gulf of Mexico, and right off the California coast. No one has been allowed to buy drilling rights in these waters since 1984. Trump calls this a major move for energy dominance and to lower prices. A delayed government report revealed that America added 119,000 jobs in September. That is more than double what experts predict. Well, usually, more jobs are a good thing, but investors panicked. A strong economy means the Federal Reserve probably won't cut interest rates next month. The stock market suddenly crashed and lost all its gains. The Dow Jones fell almost 400 points, and the Nasdaq dropped to 2%. Nvidia stock went down. Interesting, they're the most richest stock we all know, even though the company made huge profits. The CEO said the demand for their chips is very, very high. We spoke about it yesterday. But investors are scared that AI stocks is a big bubble and it costs too much money. Bitcoin also fell hard, dropping to $86,000. My friend, this is a big fall. But let's talk about you. You're not falling. You're only gaining. You know why? Because you have a building, I know you have your eye on one, and you want to invest in it, you want to make a lot of money. Borrow a few $1,000,000 from YS Capital Group. Direct lending, fast approvals, and no closing costs. 718-831-2168. Thank you. President Donald J. Trump and New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani are expected to meet today at 3 p.m. Yeah, today, Erev Shabbos Kodesh, is going to be an hour before this month, so I might not be here to report it to you. However, you can come back after Shabbos by Hashem Yisborach after Sunday. Sunday, a special episode is coming out with a special person. And you might know him, or you might not know him, but it's a really interesting, and I do the Spin the Edge program. I haven't done it in English yet for you guys, but it's coming out. I've been doing it in Yiddish. I've been interviewing people, and very interesting things. So stay tuned for that, okay, on Sunday. There was an event last night hosted in Park East Synagogue in New York City by an organization called Nefesh B'Nefesh, an immigration to Israel program. While inside, many Jewish families participated. Outside, roughly 200 protesters gathered, chanting slogans like "Globalize the Intifada," "Death, death to the IDF," and "Resistance," and take another settler out. Here is here's a statement from your mayor. Well, your new mayor, Zohran Mamdani, mayor-elect. He said he released a statement right after the protest outside Park East Synagogue on the Upper East Side. He said that he discourages the rhetoric used by some demonstrators, he said, and added that, it reminds me of what Ilan Omar once says, someone did something on that day on 9/11, and every New Yorker should be able to enter a house of worship without intimidation, he said. He also added Park East has misused a sacred space by hosting an event that promotes activities in violation of international law. Okay. 2 young men from Montclair, New Jersey, were arrested yesterday after the FBI linked them to a terror case connected to Detroit. Federal agents say the 2 men, both 19, were in touch with a group in Michigan that had talked about an attack. One of the New Jersey suspects was taken into custody at Newark Airport as he tried to fly to Turkey, which investigators say many have been a path to reach ISIS-controlled areas. The other man was arrested on the West Coast after agents tracked their online messages and terror-related material. Officials say the group used simple code words in chats and showed interest in a Boston-style bombing. Investigators believe the New Jersey pair stepped up their plans right after 3 men in a suburban Detroit were arrested. in a related case. Baruch Hashem, you see? Hameichem etzadik dover, mamash like that. We have to thank Hashem every single day. New AI that can read old Yiddish handwriting. A new artificial intelligence tool from the Vilna University can now read handwritten Yiddish text, a job once done slowly by hand. Researchers trained the Vilna Yiddish model using letters and diaries written by Jews in the 1930s and sent to the YIVO Institute. These pages, once buried in archives, are now being made readable and searchable. The AI model can recognize about 95% of the letters correctly. The tool is fully open to the public, unlike others, which are restricted. Thousands of Satmarich Chassidim, from Kiryas Yoel especially, are expected to attend Motzei Shabbos at Miron for a Hadluka, led by the Satmar Rebbe from Kiryas Yoel. Protobyte 347-354-1237. Protobyte, launch your custom app, your custom website for your business. Let's make ideas happen, they say. 347-354-1237. Any idea you have, they can design it for you. Literally anything your business needs, from the most complicated to the most easiest, but they do it, or they package it all in for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Protobyte. Arrive Taxi, Arrive Express, 845-622-1111. Try the app. It's an amazing app. Automatic text system. They are safe, reliable, vet all their drivers, cameras in the cars, tracking system. It's an amazing service. If you're ever in the region here, in the upstate region of New York, city of New York, you can always book an Arrive Express taxi and rely on them. 845-254-1111 from Monroe. 845-622-1111, or you can go onto arrivemuncie.com. Shawarma Delight. You can go on to sdny.store and book yourself, order yourself a shawarma and get it delivered free in Muncie. Or you could just walk in to Spring Valley Marketplace. Well, it's 26 Spring Valley Marketplace, right next to Fino and between Fino and Bingo. Just walk in and have yourself an amazing time. Shawarma Delight. Mention on Edge. Get a free drink. You can call them on 845-272-0011. Historic facts of the day brought to you by The Click. In Tufreish Peiches, the Friedige Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson, was released from the Soviet imprisonment. He arrived in the United States of America on Rosh Chodesh Kislev today, in 1940, which was in Tufshin Aleph, after fleeing the Nazi-occupied Europe. Chabad, all across the world and everywhere, Hasidim, mark this day as Rosh Chodesh Kislev, as a special day for them. So, Kislev is also known as the month of Yeshuas, when hidden miracles move into the open. Chazal describe it as a time when light breaks through the darkness, and throughout Jewish history, many communities saw unexpected salvations during this month. May you all have a wonderful, wonderful month. Now, about the surprise we have all been waiting for. All of you that were entered into that texted me the words "I am on Edge," went into a goyrel, and one of you won $100. That person will get a call from me. Now with that, may you all have a wonderful Shabbos. Shkoyach and Koltiv, and stay tuned for Sunday. On Edge.